Welcome back to Uplift Trades. Yesterday we had an interesting run-up for Bitcoin. I closed the stream, part number 4, right before the US Open on the reach of this most recent swing high on the 5-minute. And I was considering taking a short, but I had to leave, so I did not take a short, which would have turned to be profitable at least for a while. Right now I entered twice, half a contract. I observed on the 10-minute, every time the price has reached in between the moving averages, it has resumed the downtrend. So this is the play I'm going for. Knowingly, I take a risk because it's very probable that I get stopped out. So I am into half a contract, and stop represent a loss of $87, which is perfectly fine. The 4-hour candle, the most recent one, closed very close to its opening. So it's not very significant for me. The volume is a bit higher than the large bearish candle we had. So that could indicate that somewhere down there is a bottom in formation. I am still of the opinion that we may actually pierce a bit lower, but this is very risky. This is a trade that I'm taking, a short, knowingly that we may have a bottom in formation and price might actually reverse from here, which might happen as I record this. I'll get very close to being stopped out and stopped out. We have nice volume, so I might actually enter half a 0.25 of a contract to tag along and place a stop under this one here. Yeah, it looks like there is a attempt at a reversal. Where is my position? It's gone. My position is gone without me. 119 as a loss, but I'm trying to play a temporary reversal. Still expect some chop around, probably here. If we get 1 or 2 closes above those moving averages, then that's going to be a good sign. That might be a quick move. So I'm adding another 0.25 of a contract on the high of this candle. And if this one is taken, I will move the stop underneath this. I will play it very tight. Even though the overall downtrend on the 4-hour is down, I'm attempting to catch a long or a short-term reversal. I would not want to see this 10-minute candle close in between the moving averages. What is the Dixie doing? So Dixie yesterday opened, the US opened, the Dixie was around 98 and some change, and we made a run in between the moving averages and we failed to close above the moving average. So we are repeating what happened before the weekend, suggesting that the Dixie might fall again. There is a very, very weak lower high in formation because I think this one broke above. No, we don't have a change of market structure. So the trend is still down on the Dixie. Yeah, I'd like to see, like I was saying yesterday, I'd like to see the Russell close above 2,300 on a 4-hour candle. Yesterday we made 3 attempts and we failed. That could be a good sign for the crypto market. What is Bitcoin doing? This 10-minute candle is going to close between the moving averages. Yeah, looks like it. I'll keep the long position open. This is risky because I'm going against the trend and against the last, against the pattern of the last 20 or so 10-minute candle. Every time the 10-minute candle gets in between the moving averages, it stalls for a bit and then resumes downtrend. So perhaps this is again what's going to happen here. We might stall for a bit and then resume downtrend. But I'm playing a reversal here. Actually, if we get a... Let me see for a bit. If we get a break below this one, we break this tiny microstructure, increase the odds that we get down there. I'll leave the stop here. Okay, let's resume. Let's resume when there is price action. Okay, we have a bit of a movement. It seems that the observation I made earlier about the 10-minute candles reaching the in-between the moving averages and stalling and then resuming the downtrend, it seems that it's playing out again. So we'll wait for the close of this 10-minute candle, 3 minutes and 14 seconds, and then advise, take some action on the position. I'm still of the opinion that we may see a short-term reversal on this particular play, but so far it doesn't look good. It looks like the trend wants to resume downward. I'll keep the position open. Let's resume later. So somewhat 15 minutes later, we have some price action. We had an attempt at breaking a new high. We failed. There was an attempt at breaking a new low on the 5-minute, failed. So this is a micro range. Let's see what price does as it reaches the higher boundary of this range. The 10-minute candle is about to close in 3 minutes, in less than 3 minutes, and perhaps will be closing for the first time in a long time above the moving averages, which is a good sign because I have a long position. This position was entered initially at $115,075. I have another 0.25 of a contract just a tick or two above the high of this bearish candle. If this one is triggered, I will move the stop below this low here. Yeah, I will not consider this low as valid for me. Okay, it has been taken, so I'm now in long position and for half a contract, and I move my stop closer, and I will probably tag along if price is showing some strong momentum. By tagging along, I mean adding another 0.25 of a contract. I usually trade with one full contract, but I almost never enter one full contract in one go. I would like to see this 10-minute candle close above the moving averages. If it does, then I'm gonna add another 0.25 of a contract. Right now, the stop represents a loss of $158, which is fine. Very tight. 50 seconds until the close of the 10-minute candle. I don't have a target for this particular long. There is a high probability that we may have a repeat of what we had yesterday, run up towards the moving averages. So I'll prefer to manage the position as it goes instead of setting up a target for now, especially if you look ahead on the 5-minute, we have ton of supply liquidity void to go through, and we know that price does not move randomly. It moves from liquidity pockets to liquidity pockets. So right now on the 4-hour, we consumed completely the liquidity void that was there since the 7th of August. This caused some nice liquidation on the long side, so it's possible that we see a run up on the 4-hour candle. So the 10-minute has closed above the moving averages. I'm adding 0.25 of a contract, and I am not yet moving the stop. Or actually, yeah, I will move it under this low, the minor change. And the loss is for 221. That's getting close to a high limit for me. I'd like to see some thrust on the tape on the aggressive buy side. Right now it's below 0.0 something Bitcoin for majority of exchanges, majority of transaction. It's not very significant. It will not prevent price from going higher, but you would like to see thicker aggressive buying. Okay, we have 0.2, 0.34, 0.5. That's good. Let's see how price react on this swing high here. I have 6 contract on the aggressive sell side at this level. Price is not moving, so this one was absorbed by the passive buyers. Okay, we go through it. 8.2, 8.2 on the aggressive buy side. I'd like to see some follow through. And I'm gonna tag my stop closer. The loss is now $94, and the unrealized profit is not known at the moment. Okay, we have a clear attempt at changing the trend on the 10-minute. We'll want to see a break above 115,485, which is this horizontal line here, to confirm a trend change on the 5 minutes and on the 10-minute. Need to make a new high. And now the sellers are showing up. Price is retracting. So that means there is no passive buyers absorbing what the sellers are dumping on the market. Let's see if we get some aggressive buyers to show up now that price has retracted a bit. 1.1, 0.5 absorption on the same level. Okay, 0.67, 0.46 on the sell side. Price is retracting even more. 1 minute to the close of this 5-minute candle. It's a nice candle. Volume is not really there. Similar to what happened yesterday. Yesterday, throughout the whole morning until the opening of the US market, price was making some move up, but the volume wasn't there. And now it appears to be the same. 0.5, 0.57 at the same level, some absorption. 33 seconds on the close of this 5-minute candle. Okay, 0.1 on the aggressive buy side. 0.56, 0.5 absorption, 144 absorption at this level. This is good. 1 on the aggressive buy side. This is good also. 3 seconds to the close. This should continue higher. 0.5 absorption. 4 minutes 40 seconds to the close of this 10-minute candle. Let's resume when there is some more price action. Okay, a bit of price action. We had a short retrace of this bullish candle, and now price appears to be willing to pierce to new highs on this particular move for the 5-minute. This would be a good sign really if we manage to break this 115,483, because that represents the most recent swing high on the 10-minute, and that would indicate a change of market direction. And now it seems that the buyers are not willingly pushing the price higher. We stalled a bit. I still have the position ongoing for 0.75 of a contract. The stop I haven't moved is below the low of this candle. I could place it below the low of this candle here, but that would put my stop right at a potential support area should price decide to retest the moving averages. I will leave it there for now and see if we have some thrust. 471 on the aggressive buy side at this level. Purchase directly from passive sellers. We make a new high on the 5 minute and on the 10 minute. This should be good for reaching 115,483. I'm still not moving the stop, even though we made a new high. There's a lot of absorption at this level. Aggressive buyers are showing up. They're a bit more willing. What we want to see, if when we are doing a small run up like this or a big run up, you want to see the validity of the move when aggressive sellers are dumping and price is not budging. That means that what the aggressive sellers are dumping onto the passive buyers is being absorbed. That's usually a good sign when you are doing a move up, and the same is true for a move down. There's a bit of conviction. Okay, aggressive sellers are showing up, price is retracting, now buyers are back in. 0.77, 0.15, 0.43, 0.58, 5.9. This should be good. This should be good. We're not too far from this 115,483 as well as the liquidity void just above. I think if we pierce through, we might get a bit of a thrust in there. Unless this level here, let me tag this one, unless this level here turns out 7.17 on the aggressive sell side. Some more sellers are showing up. Price is not budging too much. Aggressive buyers trying to defend 131. The aggressive sell side. This might be a long play like it was yesterday morning. Same type of price behavior. Volume is still not there. 0.5 on the aggressive sell side. 0.5 again with 9.6. Okay, let's take a quick break and resume when there is price action. Okay, price is trying to push higher, is revisiting the most recent high on the 5-minute candle and also should break above the 10-minute high candle. Okay, it's done. Now let's see if there is some follow through on the tape. This is not an immediate follow through. Generally, very often what you will see with those weeks is that price will attempt to revisit the high or the low, vice versa, and then revert in the other direction. I'm still not moving my stop. I'd like to see price get over here and see the reaction. The RSI on the 5-minute has cleared the 60 level, which in a downtrend usually represents a resistance. So it moved out from the bear zone and is now into the bull zone. This is not a significant signal, it's something to pay attention to, but it's not enough to take a position if you have not already done so earlier, because if you look back, beginning of the night, we had price on the RSI clear the 60 level, went into the bull zone, and then went back underneath the 40 level. So which was clearly a fake signal. You look a bit earlier, you cleared the 60 level here, and you had opportunity to take on a long position on the retest of the moving averages, but it was short-lived. So perhaps we may have the same type of behavior here. We cleared the 60 level and then we dump, because there is no indication yet that the trend has changed. We need to break this 115,483 to have confluence that the trend has changed and that we may see higher prices. Right now we're still in a bear trend. See this? Those 2 weeks, I don't like it. Okay, 247 on the buy side. So we break this. 5 minutes 50 seconds to the close, 4 minutes 50 seconds to the close of the 10-minute candle. Would like to see higher prices on this one. Okay, aggressive sellers are showing up. Are we gonna have a retest of the moving averages? Which could be a good thing, a retest of the moving averages and then resume the trend. It could be a good opportunity to add 0.25 of a contract to have a full contract position. 228 on the aggressive buy side. The volume is really decreasing and we keep marching higher, but the volume is not there. That's a very contrarian type of trade that I'm doing. There's very little indication, not substantial, but there is little indication that suggests that we're going to keep on going higher, at least the volume. The volume is really usually a key indicator for me when I take positions. Today it's not there, so I'm trying to get what the market has to offer. 426, I may actually close the position. Yeah, I'll close the position right now, and I will let price do what it has to do. This position was closed in profit. I don't know how much exactly. Let's see what price has to do. Perhaps a retest of the moving averages. And we'll see if we re-enter a long position. Let's take a break.